There's more information coming in. The Civil Aviation Minister Mohan Naidu has now broken his silence after meeting the Air India outgoing CEO Campbell over the Phuket-Delhi flight incident. The minister said that the ministry sought a direct update from the airline and reiterated that the aviation safety remains the top priority, with zero compromise expected from regulators or airlines alike. He said that the AAIB has been tasked with continuing the investigation and that the ministry will await its full report before deciding on further action. He also added that if substance abuse is found to be a factor, the ministry is prepared to tighten existing regulations. Listen in.
In fact, we wanted to get a direct update from Air India also on the incident, and we wanted to see how they are taking this issue from their side. And I have told time and again that from the ministry, safety in aviation is the topmost priority. There shouldn't be any compromise from any side, even the regulator or even the airlines or anyone. So this issue we have taken very, very seriously from the ministry side also. So we have just spoken to him as a preliminary task just to get an update. But I have to tell you that AIB has been given the task to continue on the investigation, and we have good confidence on AIB. So I would say that let us wait for the full-fledged report to come from AIB so that we can see what action, definitive action needs to be taken on this. But in the meantime, if it is anything related to substance abuse or substance using, I would say that from the ministry we are taking it very, very seriously, and if we find that there needs to be some tweaking in the existing regulations, we are ready.
Joining me on the telecast is Atul Ranjan. Atul, shed more light into the strong message that has come from the Civil Aviation Minister Mohan Naidu. He said that the AAIB has been tasked with probing this entire matter. The second drug test has now been revealed. He's also said that if there is a requirement for tweaking existing rules and regulations, the ministry will go ahead and do it.
Well, Megha, and yes, that certainly indirectly sort of confirms the results that we have been, talking about on Newsx here for an hour right now. That the second result, the confirmatory test of the captain of the Phuket-Delhi flight, that has also tested positive, and he has tested positive for consumption of marijuana. Now, what we're given to understand right now from, as I speak, from the Ministry of Civil Aviation is that very soon a press release is, awaited, and that could possibly, give the final confirmation about the test results that we have been talking about. That that has come positive. Now, this is quite a big setback for Air India, given the fact that, whatever happened last year, post that it took a lot of, effort for Air India to, sort of again generate a confidence in the flyers. And now this particular incident where the captain has been, has tested positive for consumption of drugs, that is something which would be sort of, would be, require real firefighting from Air India, given the fact of how whole incident transpired, and also some of the passengers' accounts that also appeared post the incident. In fact, immediate aftermath of the incident, that the captain insisted on sort of not making videos, trying to underplay the whole incident, trying to manage the whole the perception game, trying to manage the headline. All of that allegations were being labeled by different passengers who were part of the that particular flight. And now this particular result certainly sort of confirms whatever the perception that was ongoing. Now, initially, if you remember, when the first test result did come out non-negative, we saw the pilot's body, be it FIP or be the Alpha, coming forward in support of the captain and saying that such until reports are finally confirmed, no speculation should be made regarding the conduct of the pilot. But now this result has come positive. Now, Minister of Civil Aviation obviously confirms about the meeting that was earlier conducted, because as soon as the result of the confirmatory test came positive, what we given to understand is that the Campbell, the CEO of Air India, who is the outgoing CEO in fact right now, he was immediately summoned by the ministry, and the whole meeting was organized where he was asked to explain about the whole process that Air India has when it comes to keeping a check and balances regarding the consumption of other drugs as well. Remember earlier Air India mentioned that post incident, immediately as part of the procedure, samples were collected and that was sent for the test as well. Now it will be interesting to see what Air India does actually have to say in their statement post the results have come out.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Atul, for giving us that update.